You know what bothers me? I don't know, maybe it's just me. The roosters. 4 o'clock in the morning, the roosters are going off. That's another good reason to drink yourself silly, pass out at 9, because at 4 o'clock those roosters go off, and that's it.
I heard a crazy donkey too last night.
A donkey?
A donkey. I think a donkey was actually like having an orgasm or something because he kept on for a while.
I like nature just fine until I awakened by it at 4 o'clock in the morning. Aren't they supposed to start at dawn? I mean...
I thought they were like synchronized, you know, but they're not.
They just didn't get the memo.
I'm Anthony Bourdain.
That's right.
I write, I travel, I eat, and I'm hungry for more.
No reservations.
Ecuador, literally translated as the Republic of the Equator, lies along the west coast of South America and is the second smallest country of the continent. 1,200 miles of coastline, one of the world's highest active volcanoes, the Galapagos Islands. It's one of the most ecologically diverse places on the planet. Under Spanish rule until 1802, Ecuador has endured long periods of instability, frequent turnover of presidents, and a history as one of the poorer nations in its part of the world, but also one of the most beautiful. Your plane descends in Quito, and you know you're someplace special. Ecuador's capital city spreads along the floor and up the incline of a high Andean valley. Its streets populated with people of variously indigenous, European, Afro-Ecuadorian, and mixed ethnicity. A mixed bag of influences, unified, it seems, in one important way. Wherever you go, you see some variation of caldo. Stews or soups ranging from the simple to the complex. Broth and meat or fish and other stuff. Either a lot of other stuff or very little. First stop in Quito isn't directly about food, though we'll get there, my friends, we'll get there. First, I need to acquire a mentor in all things Ecuadorian. And the small but dynamic music scene here is a natural magnet for gastronomes. Traditionally known for its folk music and cumbia, Ecuador, and Quito in particular, is getting known for some pretty original, innovative bands. Locola Bacalao, one of the best-known bands in town. Ska, funk, traditional, theme music from The Simpsons. They can do everything. They've been at it since they were kids. Frontman Santiago Rosero has been with the band since the beginning. Interested in and very involved with the preservation of traditional Ecuadorian culture, particularly its food culture, he's a good guy to have show you around. I met up with him and his bandmates at a local bar, El Pobre Diablo.
Cheers. How long have you guys been together?
10 years.
10 years. All of you.
No.
Some have come and gone.
Yeah.
Same drummer?
No.
They always get killed, the drummer. Right? Spinal Tap, don't they? What's the music business like in Ecuador? I mean, can you make a living?
No.
There's not a lot of money, but there is a boom of a lot of bands, a lot of independent bands, a lot of bars that start offering live shows.
And from the center to the north, you can find everything. The rest of any kind of music, like reggae, hip hop, pop, everything.
Do events in the States tour here?
Bon Jovi came.
Like the country itself, the music scene in Quito is a promising work in progress. And bars like this one in the Newtown section, with its youthful clientele, give this scene a place to continue to grow. These guys are good and all, but it's late night in Quito and I'm hungry. A trained chef and expert on street eateries of Quito, Santiago knows where to take me first. La Floresta, a nighttime scene, a mobile food court collection of carts in the old town specializing in the kind of cheap indigenous eats that always seems to make me happy.
That looks good.
Nothing like smoky meat smell and sizzling fat under bare light bulbs. And right away, it's fat slabs of roast pork with choclo, the large kerneled corn you see everywhere around here, with fava beans, roasted plantain, some boiled potato.
Todo, como es el plato.
And a tomato salad. Nice, right?
Oh man, it's a full meal. And they give you a lot of extra. I mean, they give you a lot of fill you up stuffing. Good pork. Moist and juicy.
Está buena, señora.
That's not all, my friends. Chicharrin, the uninviting-looking lower end of gut that usually doesn't find itself on my favorite things to do list. The way most people cook it, it smells and tastes disturbingly like a wet Scotch terrier.
They clean up the just with water.
And then they toss it in the oil and the spices and throw it right on.
And right on, yeah.
But this crispy, spicy version of chitlin is the best I've ever had. It's delicious.
I've had it stewed. No. I've had it fried, but never grilled.
It is chewy, of course, but it's also kind of crispy.
All right, we need hot sauce on this, right?
Of course. Okay. This kind of ají sauce is made with peanuts.
Ají chili with a peanut-based sauce is also real common around here and weirdly reminiscent of West African in flavor.
Oh man, that's not even good. That's really tasty. Ordinarily, I want that stewed a lot and really like a really strong sauce. But this is
no, this is good.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes, I love this.
And of course, you got to try the guatita.
What is this again?
It's the stomach of the cow.
Which is, I believe, stewed tripe in a kind of soupy peanut curry sauce, served over rice with a big-ass hard-boiled egg and, oh yeah, some cabbage on top, just in case you were still feeling a little peckish.
Again, you know, that's really good. Creamy, herby, spicy, delicious.
This is a typical plate at the soccer stadium.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It might be a tough sell for most viewers, but this tripe stew is damn good. Now this, anybody anywhere would like this, except maybe Gwyneth Paltrow, because she probably can't open her mouth wide enough.
And this is a empanada de viento, a wind empanada.
All right, I'll have one of those.
Cheese empanadas, here more like a perfect storm of greasy, crispy, savory, cheesy, and sweet, deep-fried envelope of dough, sprinkled with cinnamon sugar just in case you don't hate yourself enough after 2 or 3 of them.
Oh, there we go. Kind of like a zeppoli, but...
There's some other like this big. But this is
really? Now this is quite good. Yeah, that's big enough for me.
Good size. One size fits all empanada. Come y bebe. It's a drink and eat this meat.
You're right. It's the cheese that makes it. The fried cheese, fried dough, and sugar together. This is the ultimate food for stoners. An American coming here would think, yeah, I don't know. I don't like the look of that. But wait a minute. Look. All of these locals eat here. These people, they're not in business by poisoning their neighbors.
No,
you know what I mean?
Of course.
You can basically have a huge dinner, starch, corn, vegetable, meat, all your basics in an enormous amount, and a nice dessert for like $3.
Yep, no more than that. I always try to bring my foreign friends here. Once they try it, they understand why a lot of people come here.
Right. I can't believe after all I'm eating up this entire thing.
Fast, cheap, and very, very tasty. An indicator of good things to come. And hey, if those guts weren't enough to give Zimmern a stiffy, wait till we come back.
Yummy.
This is what we call B-roll, the sort of footage that inspires mindless platitudes and general statements about great leaps forward and hopeful futures. But me, I care more about the past. Thankfully, the government shares my interest in the way things used to be. This 17th century architecture in Quito's Old Town helped it become designated as the first UNESCO World Heritage Site. After years of letting it go to hell, they've been restoring it to a semblance of its former glory.
It has positive parts and also negative parts because of they took off some cultural dimension of the central.
I like picturesque, but ultimately, sooner or later, it comes down to the food. And here, at Esquina La Ronda, Santiago introduces me to the sort of meal that's a magnet for the kind of smutty jokes that Shecky Green would find impossible to lay off of. A local favorite going back many, many years.
So, what are we having?
Vamos a, ¿qué nos va a servir?
Caldos de nervio, Le ofrezco unas papas con bille, que es la res tierna.
Yeah, sure. We'll try it all.
Can you guess?
Anthony.
That looks like a full cross-section.
Yes, that's right. It's penis. John Thomas. Dork, love muscle. Prong, knob, pole. Have I mentioned?
It's like, again?
How is it?
A little... I gotta tell you, I like the fatty bits better. It's tender.
To quote Quentin Tarantino and Roger Avery, that's a lot of.
So this is like steer penis, right? They're like really frighteningly long. Seen them. No, it's like this long. I mean, it's like really.
¿Le gustó?
It's good.
And can you believe it? That potato and avocado garnish, it looks like.
Oh, that looks good.
A hearty beef stew made from, well, just think of it as really young veal.
Oh yeah, a lot more
Yeah.
flavor. Yeah.
Actually, this is fetus soup, another traditional specialty that goes back a long way. These little fellas died along with mama. With no way of knowing the cow was pregnant, the cow was slaughtered and later found to contain a fetus. So the fetus ended up in a peasant's soup pot like everything else, only a special soup pot. It speaks, of course, to the hard-working farmers who didn't let anything go to waste.
This is a very common dish.
No.
No.
No. I know there are like 5 places around.
It is a rare and infrequent menu item, and I'm sure something that the peasant farmers who originated this dish were in no way squeamish about.
Well, I like it, man. A good stew. First thing in the morning, way to go.
Why? How come? Because unsurprisingly, if you think about it, fetus tastes good. It's tender with a stronger, more concentrated flavor, which is to say, quite delicious. Santiago and I head out of town for one of the most typical dishes this part of the world and one of the most ancient, going back to pre-Columbian times. The locals call it cuy. At Picanteria El Hueco, they whack guinea pigs right out and grill them up real good.
Yummy. I want that guinea pig out there roasted, right? Like they just hack it up, right? Now, as I understand it, people have been eating these things going back to pre-Columbian times.
Yeah.
You like this stuff, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Linny, Tuck, and Ming Ming too. Oh, right, no Linny. 'Cause we f***ing ate them.
Oh, that'll hold us. Oh, there we go.
Buenas.
And they are very crackly, sweet, and fatty delish, like a baby-sized lechon or suckling pig.
Vamos.
That's very tasty. I mean, this is a good source of protein. It's very rich, a lot of fat. Could be the solution to world hunger, man. They don't take up a lot of space. They're easy to feed. You could start a ranch in your apartment.
We like animals for like pets.
Oh, I like animals, and I think you should be nice to animals. But if kids knew how delicious these things were, there'd be a lot of empty cages in schools across America.
Now, I'm not suggesting little Timmy yank the guinea pig right off the little wheel and start cooking, but then again, maybe I am. They have to be more sustainable and easier, more affordable to raise than battery chickens or feedlot beef, so who knows?
Is this a special event meal or an everyday thing?
It could be food for certain festivities in the countryside, but it's also offered like every day or at least every weekend in places like here.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing gangbuster business here.
Do you think that if you offer guinea pig in some fancy restaurant in New York, they're gonna try it?
No, I think it would be a hard sell.
It would be expensive also.
Oh, no, you go to the pet shop, you get these cheap. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't show people the head and you chopped it up a little smaller and put it in like sweet and sour sauce, people would love it. It'll be like Chilean sea bass. I mean, they rebranded that. That's Patagonian toothfish. Nobody wants to buy Patagonian toothfish. You just call it like baby mountain pig. Today we have a special Ecuadorian baby mountain pig.
Mountain pig.
Sweet sour sauce.
Mountain pig. Yeah.
Totally, I'll have that.
It's not all about the tender bits and cute animals, however. After the break, seafood, yeah, they have that here.
People put ketchup in their ceviche here, right? Yeah. Ketchup in my ceviche, man, that's a little disturbing. No reservations.
Several hundred miles west of Quito on the coast runs the Ruta del Sol, the main road connecting a series of sleepy, off-the-beaten-track seaside towns popular with off-the-grid surfers, dopers, beachcombers, and of course the fishing families who've lived here forever. They're working hard on the infrastructure here, and a lot of money is being put into the Ruta, so an explosion of tourists is probably not too far off in the future, as access becomes easier. But for now, well, look at Puerto Lopez. The kind of place that demands you do as little as possible. Makes life wherever you came from slip away and priorities change. The only people that seem to be doing any real work at all around here are these guys. Early each morning, the local fleets return from their pre-dawn excursions, their decks heaped with fish, turning the beach into a busy market. Wholesalers and their trucks make their deals right there on the sand. I meet up with Andres Crespo, a city guy who for 17 years listened to the siren song of life here before moving back to Guayaquil.
Yeah. It must have been a good day. People look pretty cheerful today.
He still has connections here, an ex-wife, a daughter, and an ex-mother-in-law who he will significantly be meeting later.
Recognize these fish?
That's like a corvina, right?
Yeah.
That's freshwater and saltwater corvina.
And then there's a ray, a big skate.
Is that eatable?
Yeah, oh yeah, delicious. Oh, those are pretty.
Wholesale one.
But with the beach attracting all these workers and all the commerce, there were a bunch of casual eateries set up to take care of them.
Yeah, see.
And in keeping with the low-key vibe, this series of food stalls doesn't bother with names. Just fresh as it gets seafood.
I think you mentioned to me this is the sort of place that, you know, people come for a week and like spend the rest of their life.
That's very common, yeah. Then they send back for some money maybe and set up a little shop or some sort of business.
Who lives here other than, obviously, a lot of fishermen?
Well, down here, a lot of surfers and people in the tourist thing.
When you say tourists, it's a weird mix because you get this traditional fishing community here. It's a certain kind of tourist. You're talking like backpackers. You don't see a lot of like really fancy villas or high-rise hotels or anything like that. You come down here, you kind of live close to the ground.
Yeah, you know, these guys have been around here forever. They're an old culture, so they're really laid back. They're not looking to make money or anything. And that's the kind of party that people that come here are looking for, you know?
Right.
Here, the specialty is a typical soup of stewed corvina and broth with rice and plantains. Simple and good.
Yeah, see, this always made sense to me, you know, like eggs for breakfast and pancakes and all that. It's not for me. I like something soupy in a bowl. It's a little spicy, not too heavy.
The others would make you, like, sleepy. This wakes you up, right?
Uh-huh. This is pretty light, elegant stuff, I gotta say.
And of course, this close to the ocean and this being Ecuador, there's ceviche. But with a wrinkle I haven't seen before.
Was it like corvina, lime juice?
Yeah.
What the is that on my ceviche? Oh, no.
That's ketchup, isn't it?
That's ketchup.
People put ketchup in their ceviche here, right?
You gotta ask for it not to be done when you order.
Right, otherwise it's going right in.
Yeah.
Ketchup in my ceviche, man, that's a little disturbing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure God doesn't want you to put ketchup in your ceviche.
Well, it's pretty tasty.
Yeah?
The Ruta del Sol runs 100 miles up the coast, and there are not yet the kind of luxury resorts to attract the high-rolling, Ralph Lauren-wearing, gel-head fake tan crowd. Not yet.
See, did you hear that in the background? That weird waves going on in the background?
What's that?
I've been hearing that all day. And All last night I went to sleep hearing the waves in the background, and the day before, it's like all day I just hear in the distance the waves, and it's lulling me into this kind of weird, happy fugue state where I don't really want to work, man. I don't want to make television. I don't want to do anything. I pretty want to kick off my sandals and walk to the beach, just sit down, get around 10 more of these in a cooler, and pretty much check out for the duration.
It's nice. It makes me feel relaxed and kinder, gentler, definitely spacier. Puts me in a mood to dump it all, maybe make jewelry out of seashells, hawk a little weed, anything to keep my chillin' full. In fact, it's all I can do to drag my ass off the beach for lunch.
I didn't shave today, by the way. A warning sign for my producer.
But Andres has got me set up with brothers Ivo and Fernando Gutierrez at their restaurant El Pelicano.
They're both born here?
Sí, hermanos, somos 9 hermanos.
Brothers.
There's 9 of them.
9 brothers?
Yeah.
Oh, your poor mother. That's a full-time job. Jeez.
And for the last 17 years, the matriarch of the Gutierrez family has been making the most of her access to fresh seafood. Especially these, percebes.
So, what is a percebe?
He says that it lives where the sea is violent.
Yeah. It sticks to rock, but it likes that part of the water where it's really violent.
Where it's breaking, yeah.
You probably won't be seeing these next to the fried clams down the Jersey Shore anytime soon. These prehistoric-looking buggers look like something out of Dune, but point up what an ecologically diverse place Ecuador really is.
So how do you get them?
Tienes que, por ejemplo, eso vive donde el mar está bravo.
You walk out there with a spatula, gloves, and he says you gotta grab on hard to the rock like a spider, wait for it to back off, and then attack it.
Has he had any percebe-related injuries?
Antes que sacamos el percebe, me dañé aquí.
He got that just this morning.
Yeah, but so that's for these percebes I'm about to eat.
Yeah, right.
Oh yes, blood, sweat, and barnacles. Luckily, no one's bleeding out in the kitchen. It's just a steady stream of simply prepared fresh seafood.
What is this?
Fish, pescado.
Yeah, deep fried.
There's fried fish, clam ceviche made from the rare spongulus clam,
It's really tender.
and our little percebes friends, simply boiled.
Salud.
Okay, so how do you eat them? I mean, I'm looking at that thing. It looks like a little dinosaur foot, man. I mean, that looks really ancient, man. Twist. Oh, and squeeze. So, break off one of these things. Twist. Squeeze the thing. Oh, they're kind of cute. You know? Hey, that's good, man. So you give it one twist and it squirts in your hand. Now I know what my first girlfriend went through.
With a little lemon, little salt, and there you go.
Es muy famoso el pescado, o sea, muy nombrado ya.
Good food. I'm enjoying this.
Profesional el Tony, mira, para sacar el...
He says you're a pro now. O sea, pero originalmente...
Well, you know, it's interesting because in New York, the States in general, people don't have the patience to do something this small.
Sí, yo te quería decir es que aquí los gringos, no sé por qué será cuando vienen a Ecuador.
He says American tourists, when they come over here,
no sé por qué lo harán.
they take their time.
Como americanos.
He says when tourists come over here, they tend to relax and
Well, that's nice.
be able to enjoy it.
Americans happy to spend the greater part of an afternoon winnowing out tiny morsels of flesh from a vaguely menacing-looking mollusk? This takes work, and for minimal instant gratification. But yes, maybe so. Maybe the world is becoming a better place. Maybe the virtues of curiosity, adventuresome eating, the desire for cultural enlightenment will spread like lightning across all 50 states. And maybe the wizard will help me and Toto get back to Kansas. Next up, proof once again that mom's cooking is always best.
She says if you like this food, she won't sleep for 3 days.
Oh, very, very, very happy.
Puerto Lopez, far from the maddening crowd, where urban refugees from Quito or Guayaquil or anywhere they think fish is a great band can consider the big questions. Ditch it all, drop off the face of the earth for a while, or forever. Mellow would describe it. I usually hate mellow. I do like clams, though, especially the black clams they have around here.
see the guy with the blue cap? That right there, that's my friend right there.
Yeah, they do the black clams?
Yeah, he's got it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it right here. ¿Qué fue, viejito? ¿Qué tal? Un pana.
A Pacific specialty they make in a ceviche to wonderful effect.
Oh, I like this clam opening system.
Conchas negras, or black clams, are opened and mixed right away with fresh shrimp, onions, cilantro, tomato, and roasted corn.
There you go.
Nice, gracias.
Want some of these to help you out there?
What about just crunch them right in?
Yeah, una porción.
And some fried banana chips for extra crunch.
Oye, a mí me das con pulpo, papá.
That's great.
No, solo pulpo. Yeah, this is hangover cure for always been. Gracias.
A healthy and invigorating beginning to the day, but we have important matters ahead of us. A few more miles down the road and an even quieter stretch of Puerto Lopez is La Calderada, the restaurant Andres used to run with his ex-mother-in-law. She's still here, and it's a very good thing she is, because this lady is impressive.
Camarón de adorno tiene este arroz, Oti. Venga, llévese esto.
This is your ex-mother-in-law's place.
Yeah, absolutely.
You used to work here.
Yeah, we were partners.
Con los platos con los patacones, ¿cómo van?
It's hard to work for her. She's tough. So
You worked here.
That's a word.
¿Cómo vamos con los camarones de aquí?
Old school.
Old school, absolutely.
Oye, niña, Sí.
She taught me a lot, you know. I was 20 when I met her, and I think she really molded me in a lot of ways.
Elena, si no te pones aquí al pie, vamos a tener un problema.
Yeah, what do you know when you're 20 anyway? I thought I knew everything, but I didn't know anything.
Gárgate de arreglar un plato.
Man, when do you ever know anything, really? I don't know. I'm all confused. Hungry, though. I know I'm hungry.
You're hungry?
Yes.
¿Cómo está?
Andres has remained close to his family,
I stuck around the family for a long time.
and his family stays close to Isabel.
Big family.
Yeah.
Relatives are everywhere, eating at other tables, working in the restaurants,
Nice.
stopping by to say hi.
Hi. Hello, hi.
That's my sister-in-law.
They're just hanging around, trying to get me ripped before I have time to even order.
They're cousins.
Okay, thank you.
This guy was feeding me vodka out of a cooler at a furious pace.
Anita, ven acá.
But what is a calderada, you may ask?
Calderada, it means like something very stewed in a pot.
I know I like that already, because the things I love most in life are stewy kinds of things that cooked all together in a pot.
A magical stew of all things good and local. Squid, tender octopus, conch, mussels, potatoes, shrimp, and the much-loved Pangora crab.
Oh, this is going to be really cool.
But the ingredient that makes this stuff truly remarkable is the stock, made from the cooking liquid the octopus was stewed in, as well as a reduction of beer and bread.
Oh. Oh, man, come on. That is 6 kinds of awesome. Man, that's good-looking broth, man.
Broth. That's a beautiful word.
Yeah, it is. It is. It just rolls right off the tongue. Oh, that is amazing. That's an argument ender. Right there.
Yeah.
Single best piece on the animal, right here.
Oh, you mean like this piece right here?
Mm-hmm.
How do you top that? She does. This time, a heartier, spicier stew of fish and shrimp and plantains cooked in a peppery peanut sauce called colonche.
Colonche.
Okay, that's the colonche.
Okay. Wow, you know what?
Yeah?
This lady can cook. This is unbelievable.
Lista.
¿Cómo está?
Mira, yo no voy a dormir 3 días.
Dice-
Estoy emocionada, fascinada, que yo lo he visto corretear por todo el mundo.
She says she's seen you run around the world, and if you like this food, she won't sleep for 3 days.
Oh, I'm very, very, very happy. Very happy. It's amazing flavor. I mean, how do you get the flavor in that broth? That's just that's
El azafrán.
saffron. Tomate?
¿Cómo se dirá?
No.
No, nada.
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 Really?
Un pedazo de pan viejo licuado en cerveza.
She says it's old bread, liquefied.
Right here.
Oh, you mean like this piece right here?
How do you top that? She does. This time, a heartier, spicier stew of fish and shrimp and plantains cooked in a peppery peanut sauce called colonche.
Colonche.
That's the colonche.
Okay. Wow, you know what?
Yeah?
This lady can cook. This is unbelievable.
Lista.
¿Cómo está?
Mira, yo no voy a dormir 3 días.
She
Yo
said,
estoy emocionada, fascinada, que yo lo he visto corretear por todo el mundo.
she says she's seen you run around the world, and if you like this food, she won't sleep for 3 days.
Oh, I'm very, very, very happy. Very happy. It's amazing flavor. I mean, how do you get the flavor in that broth? That's just that's
El azafrán.
saffron. Tomate?
¿Cómo se dirá?
No.
No, nada.
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 Really?
Un pedazo de pan viejo licuado en cerveza.
She says it's old bread liquefied in beer.
And where's the color coming from?
Salsa de soya y azafrán.
Oh, it has some soy sauce in it, too. She says the soy sauce has to darken it a bit.
Right. How traditional is this recipe?
Esta de aquí.
Esa nada.
This one, not at all.
It tastes like something like somebody who's been making it and perfecting it, you know, over 100 years, you know?
Claro.
Y con amor.
Lots of love.
Love.
Lots of love.
Muchas gracias.
Ha sido un placer.
She's gonna leave.
There's an expression in boxing called punching above your weight. You were so punching above your weight in this family, let me tell you.
Yeah, right?
She could totally kick your ass.
Absolutely, man.
Kick your ass, my ass, and you know, make breakfast without breaking a fingernail.
Yeah, absolutely.
This woman is capable of anything.
Best meal of the trip, by the way, and reason alone to make the drive from the city. This woman is a cook. I received a very attractive offer to start up a handmade hammock and bong making business on the beach, but there's more to do, places to go, products to place, television to make, and miles to go before I sleep.
Oh yeah, that'll set you right first thing in the morning. No reservations.
65 miles southeast from the beach, Guayaquil, the commercial capital of Ecuador. A very different place and very different mindset than Quito. Situated on the Guayas River, the legend is that a particularly hard-ass Puna Indian chief killed a whole lot of Incas and Spaniards here back in the day. It's an old port city with all the good and the bad that usually comes along with that. In the ongoing rivalry between Quito, mountain people, and the lowland Port Guayaquileños, locals here are said to be more relaxed.
Much more mellow here.
Yeah, people in Quito, they're really polite. Everything is like, sir, because all the administration is in Quito.
What's the term for people from high altitude and
I
people
shouldn't
from
say
low?
that. It's not very polite. They call them serranos, and they call us monkeys. So somos los monos.
That's cold, man.
Around here, mellow, laid back, freewheeling are words used to describe the capital's looser, slightly more libertine little brother.
There's two things that people in Guayaquil always say. It's not my fault.
Right?
And the other one is tomorrow. So everything's gonna be done tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Diego Perez is from Guayaquil and is a street food aficionado. And he's taken me for a particularly typical and beloved seafood stew, encebollado, and more guatita or tripe stew, the local version. On our way, we swing through a local park to look at the iguanas. Okay, reptiles. Great. Glad I'm not eating any today, I can tell you that.
That's a monster.
You know, that's a bust. Probably the biggest one.
It's a big bastard. Now, I've eaten iguana, actually. It was the worst tamale I've ever had in my life. It was...
Want a tamal?
No, man, never again. People eat these? No.
Yes.
I mean, only if you're really hungry.
No, not really. People from the country, if those people see an iguana, then they're gonna pet it. They're gonna fry it.
So, how come these iguanas are here? I mean, were they here anyway, or...?
Yeah, they're here anyway.
They mean? They ever, like, bite you or anything?
One
nibbled on you?
Yeah, one, a little. They'll chew on anything.
Yeah, they know who runs this park.
As I said before, in Ecuador, when it comes to food, it's all about the soups and stews. Broth, stock, they love their slow-cooked meat in liquid. Who doesn't? Guatita. I like this even better than the last version I had. Beef tripe, stewed with potato and peanut. This little hole in the wall was a favorite of Abdallah Bucaram, one of Ecuador's more popular and populist presidents, who was asked, to put it politely, step down.
He used to come to this place before he was president, so when he became president, the least he could do is come to this place.
You kind of gotta like a president who's eating, tripe soup.
I'm sticking with a house specialty, like the president did. It's what they're famous for. Diego is going for something else.
So this is guatita, and that's a cazuela.
Cazuela, a fish soup with plantains.
That looks heavy, though, man. That looks filling. You're gonna need a nap after this.
That's a really, really, really traditional dish from Ecuador.
Yeah, that's good, spicy. Or it's got, it's got a lot of flavor. Ooh, what's this, hot sauce?
Yes, it is.
I think I need that, right? My daughter would love this. She loves tripe.
You can eat it straight up or with rice.
No, rice, I wouldn't make it out the door. Yeah, this is good, man. It's not a good-looking dish. It's not pretty. Man, it's good.
It has 0 carbs.
Yeah, 0 carbs. That's my motto.
Some fruit juice made from naranjilla to wash it all down.
What's it called again?
We call it small orange, naranjilla.
Right.
In other places, they call it lulo.
Nice. Man, this is some good stuff.
Yeah, you should try this too. You would like to some?
Oh, no, man, I'm done.
Next stop on our magical mystery soup tour of Guayaquil, the mother of all stews here in Ecuador, encebollado. Yet another soupy stew, you might say. Sure, there's a lot of that here, but this is a really special and really good one. And kind of the Guayaquil thing to do, you know what I mean?
Oh, this is the fish stew, and it's tuna.
Yellowfin tuna. That's the way we Ecuadorians eat it.
Right.
You got like 20 places in Guayaquil where you can have different kinds of it. Some of them look like a soup, the other ones look more like ceviche. This way.
And this is Diego's go-to place for encebollado. Pez Volador, a simple food stall in a nondescript corner in downtown Guayaquil. The stall is just opening when we arrive. The truck is busy unloading the ingredients, quickly too, as there are already people loitering around waiting impatiently for their fix.
This is not the only place I go to eat this, but this is my favorite. This is like my best.
Oh, yeah, okay, there's the broth. That's the real important ingredient, right?
No?
Big hunks of cooked tuna, and I mean big, served in fish broth. Ketchup, of course. They love ketchup in this country, after all. Yuca, some boiled shrimp, tomato, onions, cilantro.
Oh, that's pretty.
And there you go.
I like it really a lot of lemon. I don't know about
the lemon in there.
But don't forget the condiments. Lemon juice, ají chili sauce.
This is really hot, so
right. I like hot. I like to hurt. A little oil.
And fried banana chips. Very important to the experience.
Oh yeah, that'll set you right first thing in the morning. That's nice. That broth is awesome.
There's no way not to like this after you have it the first time. But there's a lot of people that don't even know what it is from Ecuador.
Really?
They go, have you tried encebollado? And they were like, no, I haven't.
That's good. Who wouldn't like this?
That's the question.
I don't really need any more convincing, and apparently neither do these guys. Coming up, crabs. So many crabs you'll think you woke up under the cast of Jersey Shore.
Thank you for coming. I've been thinking like he has to come to Guayaquil so you can experience this, you know.
Salud. Si realmente quieres saber lo que piensa este borracho de este lugar, entérate de lo que pasa detrás de cámara leyendo su blog en travelchannel.com.
All Souls Day, or Day of the Dead as it's often referred to. Here, it's a national holiday and a day of remembrance. At Guayaquil's oldest cemetery, friends and family gather to pay respects and celebrate the lives of the departed. They tend to the graves, bring flowers, spend a little time reflecting on lost loved ones. Along with Semana Santa or Holy Week, it's the biggest holiday going. Not just for like religious reasons and respecting the family and all that, but for the food and the feast, which is to say, the party. Local musician Ricardo Vito and friends have invited me to enjoy a traditional crab feast, the other side of All Saints' Day, where you celebrate the living with family and friends still here. Cangrejo, or river crab, is a specialty from Guayaquil, and hundreds of the little suckers are fished out of the Guayas River daily. Although eaten year-round, they're especially popular during festive occasions, such as this one. Ricardo's friend Pamela's in the kitchen, getting these critters ready to eat. And some of them are not ready to die. It's a losing battle for Krabby. Soon enough, he's taken a hotter bath than he'd probably like, in a pot seasoned with onion, garlic, and cilantro. Next to be seen on my plate. Ceviche is a must, and this one is the best I've had yet. Boiled shrimp, tomatoes, onion, lemon and orange juice, cilantro. By this point, I'm used to and even liking the ketchup thing. This will be an orgy of some of the best food Ecuador has to offer. Fresh crab, fresh ceviche, fresh platano, and something no party should be without, beer and friends.
Cheers, man.
Soon, it's a flurry of cracking shells, pounding mallets, the sucking of meat from bodies, the pop of many beers.
How many people are there in this country?
13 million.
30 million, because everybody seems to know each other. And we went to this really good restaurant. They had a great caldera. I said, oh, yeah, that's my aunt.
There's nowhere you can go that you can find like an aunt or like a friend or something, you know.
Everyone here has grown up eating these things, and there are no amateurs in this bunch. Everybody has their own technique.
You guys are professionals. I mean, you make a fast work of that.
I have to put the crab in.
Really? Yeah, I'm watching you. Oh, so you're eating the back. Okay, I get you. You get the fat. Nice.
The thing is to do, like, you have the criolla sauce. This.
Crab fat, one of my favorite things. Jam the crab meat in Criollo sauce, basically a salsa, and some more beer to wash it down, then repeat.
So you're mixing that with the platano? Nice. So crab fat, crab meat, platano, and a little bit of the hot sauce? Thank you. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, loving this.
Thank you for coming. I've been thinking like he has to come to Guayaquil so you can experience this. You know, the people here are really friendly. And just thank you for coming, man.
Oh, no, thank you for having me, man. Thank you for looking after me so well.
Oh, salud.
Salud, man. Chef, thank you. That was awesome.
The Galapagos Islands. That's it. That's what I knew about Ecuador when I first arrived. Sandwiched by the tourist mecca of Peru and the newly hip Colombia, Ecuador was admittedly an overlooked country, in my mind anyway. But its people, its music, its beaches and its stews, oh, its magical soups and stews, have won me over.
Salud.
Ah, Ecuador. I like it here. I like it here a lot.